Today's real estate term of the day is prorations. Prorations are something almost every buyer and seller deals with at closing, but most people have absolutely no clue what they're looking at when they see it on the closing disclosure. Prorations are basically when expenses or credits are divided between the buyer and seller based on the exact day ownership changes. The easiest example is property taxes. Let's say the seller already paid the yearly property taxes in advance, but they're selling the home halfway through the year. Since the buyer is now going to own the property for the second half of the year, the buyer usually reimburses the seller for the portion moving forward. The same thing can happen with HOA fees, utilities, rent payments, or security deposits if it's an investment property with tenants already living there. Here's a really common example with rental properties. Imagine a tenant already paid rent for the full month, but the property closes on the 15th. The seller would usually credit the buyer for the remaining days of rent because the buyer now owns the property for the second half of the month. A lot of people panic when they see these numbers at closing because they think random fees are being added, but prorations are actually just designed to make everything fair between both parties based on how long each person owned the property. This is also why closing dates matter more than people realize. Sometimes even changing the closing date by a few days can slightly affect the amount of money owed or credited at settlement.